recovering from trauma. The facility claims that 2 social workers showed up for an inspection last month, and they brought a man with a gun with them. According to a complaint, that man bullied Sovereign Health staff members, and the social workers refused to tell anyone who he was.
We would have no way of knowing if this gentleman was an active shooter. We have an obligation to protect our patients in those kinds of instances.
Sovereign Health tells 10 News they still have no idea who that man was or why he was with the social workers.
All right, right now, children stopped, frisked, and their DNA collected. The explosive allegations contained in a new lawsuit the ACLU just filed against the San Diego Police Department. That suit claims the 4 teenagers were stopped and searched without cause in Memorial Park. And that's where we find our 10 News reporter, Riel Creighton, with more. Riel.
We'll see, the ACLU chose this spot because they say this is where those teens were stopped, searched, their DNA illegally collected. They handed out this breakdown of what they allege in their lawsuit, where they essentially call this a case of racial profiling.
These cops out here do real things to real people.
In the same park where she says her son was stopped and frisked, this mother, Jamie Wilson, blasting San Diego police.
When our children can't walk down the street, be it a trolley station or go hang out at a park without fitting the description or looking suspicious, then there's a problem.
Wilson, the co-plaintiff with her teenage son in a new lawsuit filed by the ACLU on their behalf against the San Diego Police Department. Her 16-year-old, one of 4 black teens, stopped while walking through Memorial Park last March. Handcuffed, searched, and detained. The ACLU says they were told they'd be released only if they provided a sample of their DNA via mouth swab, though they committed no crime.
This is dragnet surveillance based on your child's spit of an entire community.
The ACLU accusing SDPD of skirting California law restricting DNA collection from juveniles by allowing officers to obtain consent from a minor.
That SDPD routinely stops us just for being black.
Christopher Rice Wilson with Alliance San Diego argued police are trying to build a database on brown and black children. He says he's also been stopped in this park for no reason.
Have a police car roll up on you and ask what you're doing over here. And to have to justify your mere existence? Yeah, I felt intimidated.
Police did find an unloaded gun in the duffel bag of one of the teens, but the case was thrown out in court as the, quote, fruit of an unlawful search.
When our children have been handcuffed multiple times by the time they hit high school, but they've never committed a crime, there's a problem.
And we did reach out to San Diego police for comment. They told us they couldn't talk about it because this is pending litigation. We're live in Memorial Park tonight. Riel Creighton, 10 News.
Riel, thank you. New tonight, one final plea to keep a cop killer behind bars nearly 40 years after he pulled the trigger.
This is not just the killing of an innocent police officer, which is horrific on its own, but it's the cold-blooded execution-style murder of a police officer.
That is Chief Deputy District Attorney Summer Stefan telling 10 News why Jesus Cesena should stay locked up. He shot Officer Archie Buggs 5 times in 1978, including once at point-blank range. Cesena is up for parole tomorrow because he was only 17 at the time of the shooting.
All right, Itika, Brian Schlonsky here in the 10 News Live Center, tracking some breaking news and some brand new video to show you now. It's going to show an LAPD officer firing off his gun during a fight with some teenagers. This is in Anaheim. Here's the video. The officer off duty. He's the man right there in the blue checkered shirt. You see him there fighting with the teenagers. One of them knocks him over the bush there, and when this thing reloads, you should see the gun. He ended up firing it. There it is. He's pulling it out of his waistband right there. He ends up firing off a shot. It doesn't hit anybody. Nobody is hurt, but police did show up, did arrest a 13-year-old and a 15-year-old. Some sort of a skirmish was going on. Apparently, these teens had been in this off-duty officer's yard before, but either way, LAPD says they plan to do their own investigation into this officer and into this incident. Guys.
All right, new developments. The caregiver accused of turning into a squatter in an elderly woman's home has made a plea deal.
Team 10 broke this story in October, and it brought forward new information that triggered criminal charges. Investigator Allison Ash joins us now, and this 91-year-old woman who owns the house just has to be ecstatic about this.
Well, not exactly. Fran Breslauer's daughter told me her mom wanted her day in court, wanted to see Cheryl Sherrell do some jail time. Sherrell pleaded guilty to 1 count of trespassing. No jail time involved. involved. In exchange, the city attorney dropped 3 other charges, including theft and elder abuse. She got 3 years probation, was ordered to stay away from the 91-year-old widow and to get counseling. Sherelle claimed she had the right to stay on at Breslauer's house even after the elderly woman's husband, who she was hired to care for, died. The house was piled high with junk when Breslauer's family finally got it back. Although Sherelle moved some of it out last month, truckloads are still being hauled away. Now, Sherelle, who was once featured on an episode of Hoarding Buried Alive, didn't want the stress or the risk of a jury trial, her lawyer told me. She wanted closure, but Breslauer's daughter told me this isn't over, not by a long shot. There is still a restitution hearing coming up this spring. Allison Ash, Team 10.
New at 6, a special education principal is out of the hospital after a student stabbed her. This happened at a private school in Berkeley that takes in troubled children. Police arrested that student. He is charged with attempted murder and assault.
All right, the MTS officer dragged in this cell phone video, we're told, is going to be okay tonight. You can see him there on the ground being dragged by that red taxi. Cab driver behind the wheel, now behind bars tonight. This happened downtown around 11:30 this morning. Witnesses say the frightening scene started when the officer asked the cabbie to see his driver's license. The guy refused to show him.
And then he tried to stop the vehicle by getting in the window and stop, getting a hold of a steering wheel. So the taxi driver dragged the police officer all the way to the corner of the street, and before it made the turn, it stopped so it wouldn't hit another car.
Well, the officer stayed there, gave a statement, then he was taken to the hospital.
New tonight, a DNA tech company is bringing dozens of jobs to San Diego. DNA Electronics announced today it has a new location in Carlsbad. The company creates tests for blood infections. There are currently about 3 dozen people working there now, but the company says it's looking to add some more.
All right, get ready to pay more at the pump. All of our state regulators have agreed to raise the state gas tax by 2 cents. The change goes into effect July 1st. The tax pays for road projects. But this is the state's first gas increase in about 4 years. But drivers tell 10 News they're tired of the state nickel and diming everyone.
Now, like the 10-cent bags thing, that's what's going on. It is how it is, but I just wish it could go back down.
Per gallon is $2.95 here in San Diego. That's about 5 cents above the state average. We still pay less than San Francisco, LA, and Orange County. Right now, those drivers pay about $2.99 a gallon.
All right, happening tonight, these local lawmakers, Scott Peters here, Susan Davis, are helping more San Diegans get involved in politics. They're holding a workshop. It's titled Don't Agonize, Galvanize. The standing room only event goes until 8 tonight. It's at the McMillan Event Center near Liberty Station.
All right, new at 6, the CHP is honoring a retired officer killed helping a neighbor chase an intruder. Joe Elzie was served from 1957 through 1986. Heard someone break into a woman's home on Friday. The intruder attacked Elzie when he tried to help. Well, the 87-year-old died shortly after. The Stockton CHP department posted this on its Facebook page today, thanking Elzie for his bravery.
New video now showing the gaping hole left behind when a Mercedes plowed into a bedroom. Take a look at that, the entire wall there. 2 young boys sleeping on the other side of that wall in La Puente when that car crashed through it this morning. You can see one of the beds there in the wreckage. Well, no one was hurt. This surveillance video caught the car crashing into the home. And watch what happens next. The driver climbs through the sunroof to get away and then runs away. Crews removed that car and the driver later turned himself in. Police say if he hadn't run off, he likely would have avoided any charges.
All right, new developments. A vigil for the 8-year-old boy killed in a drive-by shooting is planned for Friday. Jonah Wang was shot Monday night while getting ready to sit down for dinner with his family in Pomona. The boy's parents are teachers, and there were other children at home at the time as well. Police are still searching for any leads to help them catch the little boy's killer.
Crooks targeting Girl Scouts trying to sell cookies. New tonight, a troop leader's warning so girls and their parents aren't ripped off.
And how to treat college without any annoying paperwork sound.
I was like, wow. Like getting my school paid for, that's amazing.
That would be wild too. How a local school is pulling it off and who can take advantage of it.
It's been a much cooler day. I'll pinpoint why those cool numbers could be even chillier by the weekend. That's all coming up in just 2 minutes.
Tonight, the sweeping new guidelines to crack down on illegal immigration, the detention threat, more officers on patrol. Officials say they don't want to cause panic, but does the plan go too far? This is Where America Turns, ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir.
Your Genes, a personal roadmap to your health.
I was like, wow. Like getting my school paid for, that's amazing.
Yep, the free college, that's the promise made today by Palomar College.
New at 6 10 News reporter Joe Little reveals who can benefit and how Palomar is pulling it off.
This really is going to be a game changer for thousands of North County students. Imagine college for free with $1,000 worth of free books.
Brandy Graham is a very focused high schooler.
I want to be an entrepreneur.
The Mission Hills senior wants a master's and to run her own business.
I want to work towards my goals independently.
That means paying her own way with school loans. Graham says her path will start at Palomar College.
It still isn't cheap. It costs money.
We're here for you.
But the North County Community College has a plan, a promise, if you will, to let Graham and hundreds of other first-year college students to attend Palomar for free.
I was like, wow.
We want to be that game changer.
President Joy Blake introduced Palomar Promise Wednesday. The donation-funded program promises to give free tuition for 1 year to seniors graduating from 21 North County high schools. They'll also get $1,000 for textbooks.
Just like the type of things you have to think about, you know?
Students only need to maintain a 2.0 GPA and follow the program's guidelines.
It was a no-brainer.
Dr. Blake said it means upwards of 1,500 students a year will go to college for free.
I know what this system can do and how it can change lives and change generations to come.
It will give students like Graham the start they otherwise may not get.
How do I get there?
Joe Little.
By Palomar College.
10 News.
New details on a scam that is targeting Girl Scouts who are selling cookies. Troop leaders are warning parents to double check the cash that people are giving them. Apparently, some are using counterfeit bills to score some cookies and some real cash. That latest crime happened in Fresno. Someone gave a Girl Scout a fake $100 bill, got $50 worth of cookies and $50 in change back in real money.
We're going to use this as an opportunity to help other troops be aware that they might want to be a little bit more vigilant.
Always got to look at that money. We checked with San Diego police, and so far they don't have any reports of this happening here.
Cheating Girl Scouts doesn't get much lower than that.
Nope.
All right, right now 50,000 people are being told to leave their homes because of flooding. The evacuation orders are right now in San Jose, but the entire Bay Area is a mess. That empty freeway on the right, that's the 101 just south of San Francisco. It was shut down earlier today because of water across those lanes. Some people didn't know they were being evacuated until an emergency worker knocked on their door in the middle of the night.
I was fortunate enough to be able to grab baby books, pictures, clothes, my children, you know, so I feel very fortunate.
Gosh, and we were in such a drought for so long. San Jose's mayor is apologizing for how those people found out.
Weather Rate certified San Diego's most accurate forecast. This is 10 News Pinpoint Weather, sponsored by San Diego's 2 men in a truck, movers who care.
If only there was a way to spread out that rain in a matter of years instead of just all at one time.
Yeah. You know, we talked about this because last year everybody was hoping to just end the drought at once. And I mentioned how in Texas it happened that it took a lot of flooding to get rid of years of a drought. And now that's also happening here in California. More rain and more storms on track. Tonight, a beautiful evening out there in San Diego, 58 degrees. It was a gorgeous day, although a bit windy at times. Now the winds are nice and quiet, at least in the downtown area. Here's what's been happening over the last 24 hours. Temperatures have plummeted about 10 degrees in Ramona, Alpine, 7 degrees cooler El Cajon, and 5 degrees cooler in the city of San Diego. I am expecting those temperatures to remain cool through the end of the week, and this is why we're seeing this cool pocket of air diving all through the west coast. Another storm system over the open water, and that one is going to be heading in our direction. So we see this cool air. This is a look at the upper levels of the atmosphere, so kind of giving you an idea of how everything plays out. By the weekend, another storm will start to build closer to California, and there's another little piece of energy which is going to bring our better chance of rainfall heading into Monday. Now warm temperatures will be back, but not until the middle of next week, so we have to get through this week and the weekend. The winds over the mountains have been strong. They will stay strong overnight and into tomorrow morning. A wind advisory will not expire until 2 a.m. So anticipate windy conditions from Warner Springs all the way to Mount Laguna. The rest of the county will just see a nice light breeze on Thursday. Tonight, temperatures dipping down to 41 Poway, 50 in San Diego. Tomorrow, it'll be pretty similar to today, 58 degrees Poway, 60 in El Cajon and San Diego, around 61 degrees. So we're trending below the average for this time of the year, and it's going to stay like that again into the beginning of next week, feeling like winter, especially on Monday and Tuesday. In our 7-day forecast, 61 breezy at the coast Thursday, a high surf advisory until 2 a.m. on Friday. Saturday, 64 degrees inland, 59 with increasing clouds over the weekend. Chance of showers on Sunday, but it looks like it will be wetter on Monday to start off the week. It could be messy for morning commuters. In the mountains, windy Thursday, then again windy as we head into next week with the next storm system on Monday.
Coming back around once again. Thank you, Angelica. All right, the Aztecs still have a shot to make the NCAA tournament. Why a win tonight could be crucial for their hopes of playing in March.
How would you like to win a grand just for watching TV? We're giving away $1,000 every weeknight. Just watch 10 News at 11 for your cue to call. Good luck.
Lions, Tigers.
Well, tonight could be San Diego State's most important regular season college basketball game of the year at Viejas Arena. The Aztecs will be looking for their 6th win in 7 tries when they host Fresno State at 8 p.m. Teams met earlier this month in Fresno, where SDSU escaped with a 3-point win. But the reason tonight's game is so important has to do with the Mountain West standings.
We're like they are. We're looking and saying we don't want to be in the play-in game. Neither do they. So this is a big game for both teams along that line. And we're anxious to see how we'll perform.
All right, let me explain what Coach Fisher means. At next month's Mountain West tournament in Las Vegas, only the top 5 teams in the standings get a bye into the quarterfinals. Teams that finish 6th or worse will need to win 4 games, the play-in game, not 3, to advance to the NCAA tournament. Right now, the Aztecs have climbed into 4th place, but it's tenuous. A loss tonight would drop San Diego State below New Mexico and Fresno State into 6th place with just 3 games left. So this is a big one. Well, Padres manager Andy Green is taking an open-minded approach to spring training, which means we could see different players trying different positions. Today, Green says he expects Yangervis Solarte to be an everyday starter, but it remains to be seen whether he'll play third base or move over to second base. He and Will Myers seem to be the only definites in the lineup so far. Similarly, Ryan Schimpf and Corey Spangenberg could stay at second or move over to third. Green says he also plans to move players around in the outfield, searching for the best combination of starters. And here's something you won't be seeing Jared Weaver or any of the other Padres doing this season. A rule change implemented today by Major League Baseball means pitchers will no longer need to throw 4 balls to intentionally walk a batter. The manager will simply give a signal from the dugout. Commissioner Rob Manfred says he's committed to speeding up games, which currently average only over 3 hours. This probably will only save maybe a minute every other game or so, but just 4. Signal
I like
out
that,
there.
though. That's a good
Maybe we can use
idea.
that for sports. Yeah, every team lost tonight. We'll just wave it on.
Yeah, just move on.
Just wave it by.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ben.